again? Because some people are not here.
Yes, my team is all there. We can start.
Okay, cool. So, as you saw, on the first half, Sacha, vas-y, tu peux venir, showed you the painting technique, the original historical painting technique to create seamless. But not everybody can or want or can start seamless directly on painting. So we encourage you to do it, of course, but Sacha will show you a different way to reach seamless, perfectly blended lightning with a different technique on the other side, okay? Still ask questions if you need to, and we're going to show you how to prepare the product. On va le monter après, mais on va montrer après comment tu prépares le produit avant la vidéo, à la fin de la presse, ok? Parce que si. Ok, après tu peux reprendre.
Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first technique about air painting. It's a historical one, so perfectly seamless and really handmade. So we have to adapt because sometimes bases are too dark or hair are too tricky because it's pre-colored hair or because of extra saturation of pigments. It depends. So sometimes we have to use foils. So I'm gonna show you. I just fixed my my head. I'm gonna show you how to create some hair painting hybrid with a semi-enclosed technique with foils. Like this, you will achieve light results on dark bases. And you can also create this effect of hair painting with and push the light process of the product with the foils. So it's a technique that I will do today on the other side of the dolly head, and I will combine two techniques with the foils. So I'll show you. We will start by the front again because we want the front lighter than the back. So we are gonna paint first all the face frame, then the temple again, and connect with the top, so with the vertical zone, okay? And I will show you half of the behind to understand really well the composition about which technique you have to draw on a face frame and which technique is more adapted as hair painting on the inside of the hair, plus add some extra foil, okay? So for that you need foil. You have a foil with you? All of you? Okay, good. C'est parti. So you are gonna divide it the same, but this time you are gonna close to the ear. Remember, for the hair painting, I told you to go behind the ear. Now you have to go for your section close to the hair, really close to the hair, right behind here, okay? Why? Because when you do foil, you need thinner sections. So that's why. And we are gonna foil the front. So if we have too large section, it's gonna be tricky and difficult to foil properly. So you keep the back isolated. Tu es bien pour filmer, ça va? Oui. Okay. So you can positionate the head of the dolly head a little bit this way. Like this is gonna be easier for you to do it, okay? I'll show you the section before starting. The first one will be all the temple here. The second will be the temple, but larger, as a triangle. Here, second foil, okay? The third one will be here, a triangle from the here to the temple. And then to finish, behind the here to the temple. It's gonna be 4 foils here, okay? Then we will add a foil on this triangle on the front. 1, 2, triangle, and 3. So this is all the section we will take for the front. 7 foils, okay, for the front. Good for you? We start now. Donc là, un petit peu relevé. So you have to be the thinner is possible. Je tourne le dos à la caméra fixe là, non? Ok. The thinner you can on thin hair. If it's thick hair like this, you go medium. Okay? Doesn't make sense to do something too thin on thick hair.
Sasha, can you repeat those? Can you repeat the sectioning again? There's a few people asking for the sectioning again, please.
J'ai pas bien entendu le son. Nicolas, tu as entendu la question? Did you hear the question well?
Can you repeat the sectioning?
Je le fais. Je l'ai déjà présenté. En fait. I already show you how many pieces of foil you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 foils. 1, 2, 3. 3 foils. So 7 foils on the front. Okay. Now we are going step by step. So you take this first section. Take the first section now, and you will weave it. Okay. So if the hair is thick, you weave medium, like this. Okay. Now you put some product on the foil, just to ensure a good position of the foil close to the hair. With this finger, index, c'est l'index, hein, celui-là. Index, you will positionate the foil on the index, and like this, you can ensure a good support in the index. Index is like a palette, okay? It's like a board. And now you can start to paint on zone 2. And then, voilà. And then on zone 1, close to the zone 1. At 1 centimeter from the zone 1, from the scalp. And then you will change the inclination of the brush and you will paint vertically close to the scalp. Like this. To be seamless. It's not because you are doing foil that you need to create some marks on the hair. So remember to stay seamless even if you are using the foil technique. Voilà. So you use as a reservoir the zone 1, and you create a graduation close to the scalp like this to have a blended effect. even if on foil. J'ai deux feuilles là. I have two foils. I was like, okay, it's thick. I have two. You take only one. Huh? Only one foil is enough. Sorry. I take it back. Okay, guys, like this. The first foil is it's like crepe. Okay, when you do crepe, the first one is always
Crepe.
Pancakes. The first one is like, yeah, you know.
The first one is not the best one.
So
yes.
this is my first one. It's not the best one, but this is my first one. This is my pancake, my first pancake. So don't worry with foils all the time. The first one is like meh, and after it's going.
Guys, I put you the sectioning on the first technique on the chat, and I send you the second one after the demonstration. Okay. And for education manager, I send you the PowerPoint at the very end.
Okay. So now you keep it clean and you get inspired by origami. And when you, Nico, plier en anglais?
Foil.
When you?
Foil.
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 Plier?
Foil.
Okay, when you foil it in 3 times.
Fold.
Okay?
Fold.
Fold. Fold in three times. Okay?
Fold. Fold.
Second section, remember, right behind the first one, you take a small triangle here. Okay. I do it medium, not too thin, because I'm on thick hair. Okay. So this is the second triangle. It's here. If you want a maximum effect of lightening the face frame, you don't weave this one. You take it totally, and you just backcomb a little bit the roots to preserve the natural negative space close to the scalp. Okay? So remember, when you take a foil, you put some product on it. Like this, it will help you to fix the hair on the foil. You put on your index and you fix it on the foil. So you start on zone 1, vertically, and when you have the good saturation, you change the direction of the brush, and when going close to the scalp, you paint vertically close to the roots to create a perfect blended effect, and of course seamless. Foil doesn't mean marks. Okay? You can have no marks with foils. Then you go down, and the good saturation is the key. So for that, you have to cross the application with your brush and to be generous and oversaturate the strain of hair into the foil like this. It might be completely covered. So now you fold in 3 times. So first time, and you don't kick the foil. You just create a fold. Okay? Don't slap. Don't slap the foil. Okay? Don't slap the foil. Why? Because sometimes when you slap the foil, the product go over the hair. Okay, and the product needs to stay wet and generously applied on the strand of hair. So it's important to just mark slowly like this.
To keep the product static.
Yeah, exactly. To keep the product static. If you slap, sometimes the product removed from the hair.
Okay.
Okay? Like this. And then you create a mark on the right and one on the left, just
to secure the paper.
To secure. Okay? Same thing again, but you take this one, this time, sorry, a part close to the hair. Yeah. So remember, if it's thick hair, you do medium sections. Now you can weave, this time medium. Remember when you take the foil, you put some products on it. Like this, it's easier to fix the hair on the foil. And you use your index as a board. And you see like the pancakes, huh? The first it was made. After that, it's going really naturally. And you get comfortable with this really, really fast. Change the inclination of the brush for the roots and paint vertically close to the scalp to not create some marks on the hair. Saturation is the key in balayage all the time. And specifically when you foil, you have to be generous first when you depose the product, and then to enter in the heart of the hair, you have to cross your application and staying generous. Like that. You fold 3 times, but you don't slap the foil. You do it so softly, side to side, like this. And you close the sides, once on the left, once on the right. Okay? Another section here to close this part as a triangle, always, still. You have to visualize the triangle, okay? You see it? It's here. Tick, 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 tick. Now you can weave large on the back and thin on the front. Why? It's to preserve more negative space on the back, on the inside of the hair, and to create more subtle effects on the front. So you don't weave the same way exactly all the time. You take another foil, you put some product on it, you use the index as a board, and you fix the hair on the foil. You start on zone 1, good saturation. And when you are going close to the scalp, you change the position of the brush and you paint vertically to not create marks. Stay generous when you apply on the foil, the product. It's really important to stay generous. And cross the application to be sure to enter on the heart of the strand of hair. Here. And when you have some ends outside of the paper, you put them again like this, and you give them an extra saturation. Then you fold 3 times, softly, like this. Okay? Side to side, here. You don't slap. And you close it this way. Now you create marks on the sides, not on the hair. On the sides, when there is no hair. Okay, this is for the temporal section. Now, we will focus on the front. So now you have to draw a shape of triangle. It might be thin to thick. Why? To create some dimension. When you do that, thin to thin, it means that you will have a really subtle start for your first frame and a really intense lightening for the zone 2 entry. Okay? It might start really delicate and appear gradually on the rest of the zone 2 and zone 3. So you will weave the first one large on the back and thinner on the front. This way. You take a new foil. And because it's large, you have to maintain a good tension here. Start on zone 1, securize, and fix the hair on the foil. You give a good saturation. And then you change the position of the brush and you paint vertically close to the scalp. You go really close to the scalp on the front of the section. Really close to the scalp on the beginning of the section. And then when you enter into the hair on the back of the section, you go lower, sorry. Okay? So upper on the front upper on the front. You don't create marks. You paint it vertically. And the more you have the more you go on the back of the hair, the more you keep a natural shadow effect on the roots. Here. Like this, you create some dimension into your balayage. To foil the hair doesn't mean necessarily to be give a good saturation, an extra saturation on zone 2 and 3. It's really important. And when the ends is out of the foil, you make them go back on the foil and you extra saturate them. Okay? And please don't forget to cross the application to go on the heart of the hair. It's really important. And you cover completely the hair. This is the good saturation. You see? Now you fold in 3 times and you don't slap the foil. I will repeat it all the time because when you slap, sometimes you remove the product and it creates some marbles on the hair. So it's really important to just mark the paper softly, like this.
Can you show the last section again, please? Attends, I have maybe some chat questions.
Moi?
Yes.
Ouais. J'ouvre le papier?
Many person didn't understand the sectioning.
Alors, the sectioning is like triangle, thin to large. Here, you take it thin on the front and larger on the inside of the hair.
Okay. Can you precise that it's semi-enclosed because you are not totally enclosing the roots?
Alors,
because now they understand it's highlights.
No, it's not highlights. As you can see, it's hair painting on the roots because you are literally painting the hair. I'm not painting into the foil on zone 1. I'm painting on hair, you know? So it's hair painting, and after it's foil. So it's semi-enclosed. It's not the same thing that highlights, because highlights is really homogenic and regular weave, you know? And this is not, this is like a dimensional weave. So it's larger on the back, thinner on the front, and the saturation is close to the scalp on the front and lower on the back to create some dimensional effects. And la nuance, the shade you have to understand is that when you are on zone 1, you are not painting on the foil, you are painting, you are painting on the hair. So it's like hair painting on the first 3 centimeters. Okay? It's not like highlights, not the same at all. Don't think that, please, because you will misunderstood this French balayage. I'll show you.
We do something different on the head.
I'll show you again.
Okay. After we do something different on the head, we do back combing and everything.
Yeah. Okay, on the back, but not on the front. For the front, you need something delicate and you need something sophisticated. Okay. So that's why we are using this technique of weave on the front. Now you have a new triangle. So you keep it large, this triangle, on the back and thin on the front. You see? Large on the back, thin on the front for your second triangle here. Okay? You see the pieces are much larger than highlights. So this is not the same that highlights. You have to think hair painting, semi-enclosed. Now you weave the section. Demi-enclosed, sorry. Larger on the back, thinner on the front. Totally different than highlights. Highlights, when you do that, you do regular and homogenic and thinner. Then you take a foil, you put some product on it to fix it. And you securize with your index, and you come to push all the section on the foil. Then you start to fix the hair on the foil by painting the zone 1 here. And now you have to see the shade, the difference with highlights, the subtlety. So it's really important. So follow me, my friend, please. Mets-toi là, de l'autre côté. Have a look, please, about this technique on the first 3 centimeters. What is different with highlights, I show you, is that vertically positioned with a brush, you will go close to the scalp. And as you can see, I'm not painting on the foil, I'm painting on hair. So if I'm painting on hair, it's hair painting. Aha. You see? You are painting on the surface of the hair to ensure a natural blended effect and to not create some marks on the roots. With this kind of foil, you will not create marks at all on the scalp or close to the roots. It's really delicate. You see the subtlety? No marks, for sure. And now you give an extra saturation on zone 2 and 3. And you cross your application to enter into the strain of hair. We use this technique only for the face frame to ensure a result really sophisticated, elegant, raffinate. And what is interesting with this technique is that now we are using a hair painting technique, demi-enclosed, on the back. And the mixing of the 2 techniques will give something really personalized and really new, you know, really bold also. And that's what is interesting, because like this, you can achieve the hair painting looks on natural dark bases. And you can also create cool effects and cool shades. So this is the last piece of foil on the front. So same thing. You take a triangle, larger on the back, thinner on the front. Okay? Change donc de vue peut-être pour voir. No. Larger on the back, thinner on the front. So now you will weave larger on the back, thinner on the front. Like this. Nico, tu peux me repréparer le produit après, s'il te plaît? Merci. So, you start painting on zone 1. And then you change the position of the brush and you paint vertically close to the roots, the closest you can on the front. And a little bit lower on the back to create some dimension. This way. And you see you are painting the surface of the hair. You are not painting on the foil. So like this, you ensure exactly the same effect, perfectly blended and seamless than the hair painting. It's the same thing. Only you use it on the first 3 centimeters of the section.
Would you recommend to use 20 volume on the roots and 30 volume on the zone 2 and 3?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I think it's not necessary.
Okay. It's too complicated.
No, sometimes you can have something like brassy or orange on the roots, and it's going to be difficult to tone after with.
It's not recommended for dark bases, even less than on medium bases.
Mm.
Would the number of sections of foil differ?
Seven.
Yeah, but would it be different if the hair is thicker?
Yeah.
Or if we take thicker sections?
Alors, if it's a thick hair, you took medium sections. If it's thin hair, you take thin sections. You can't go large because you need to close the foil, on the hair. If it's too large, it doesn't stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the reason you take larger in the back and thinner on the front?
To create some dimension and to have something really delicate and subtle on the front.
Okay.
And something more contrast and more graphical on the back.
Okay.
Okay? So now we take a new piece. So the last one on the top. And you will paint it with a hair painting technique. So you use the top of your hand. Remember, you create some lines, graphical, on the brush, and you start painting on zone 1. Now, because it's my signature and because I like this effect, I will paint the reverse of the strand of hair. With a subtle effect on zone 1. And an intense effect on zone 2 and 3. You give an extra saturation on zone 2 and 3 to ensure a perfect inlighted effect. No brassy. Then I'm connecting the top of the strand of hair with the zone 1, and I paint the zone 2 with the black brush technique. Give a good saturation on zone 2 and 3. It's capital, critical. And you finish on the strand, on the heart of the hand, like this, to have bright ends, like this. So now you are taking a foil, and because you want, for example, a cool shade, you need to position it the foil, the hair on the foil. And to maintain the hair on the foil, you have to give an extra saturation on zone 3 and 2. To be sure that the hair will stay on the foil. Now when you fold only the zone 3. Here. You don't mark the paper. And now you can mark the sides. To be sure that it stays fixed into the foil. When you don't slap the foil at any moment. Okay? Like this, your hair painting is preserved inside.
C'est plus compliqué de montrer que tu balances pas comme un tournage blanc, comme une série. Tu vas doucement et qu'après tu rajoutes de l'option pour être très lisse. Ta texture est vachement clé, vachement importante pour montrer à quel point c'est adhérent.
Okay. So now I'm gonna show you how to mix because I need more products. So when you mix it, you go slow to ensure a good fusion about the powder and the oxidants. One way and the opposite way. Don't slap the powder when you mix because you don't want the powder to be fluffy after that. So it needs to stay smooth and to be mixed softly.
And Sasha, when you have a product like that, we all know that after 1 minute, the product is going thicker, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So do you sometimes add a few milliliters of oxidant?
Yeah, some drops. Yeah.
Okay. It's important, guys, because in Multi-Technique 8, you have some mineral oils that take the time to melt. And after 1 minute, if you add a little of oxidant, the mix will be much smoother than you can have usually, with no lumps. And that makes of MT8 a more adherent cream on the hair.
Okay. So now I'll show you on the back how to mix this technique. I'll try to make something clear for you. Okay. Alors, est-ce qu'on voit bien? Là, c'est bien? You see well? Okay. So, for example, on the back, if you want to enlight the face frame on the back, here, you can add some foils like the front, what I show you. For example, 1, 2, 3 foil, okay? If the hair is thick, you will need 2 new sections of foil, like 1 and 2. Okay? If you want to keep some contrast and to not enlight the face frame on the shape of the nape, you will start here, up of the ear, to preserve a neck with a negative space. Okay? My taste of color is to do that. So I'm gonna divide this section in two. So you have different options. Huh? You can foil if you want to have something really enlightened on a neck, or you can take the section from here on the top of the hair to here. You divide it in two. And you use the hair painting method just to enlighten the angles and the reverse on surface. And as you can see, I'm not entering too much into the strain of hair. I'm painting only the surface to have a connection of light on the reverse. Then I connect only the zone 3 on the top of the section, back brush, for example, for the finishing. So when I start, I saturate the zone 3, and for the finishing, I use the saturation of the zone 3 with back brush to ensure a perfect seamless effect. If it needs, you take a foil, you position the foil under the painting, and to fix the painting on the foil, you will saturate the zone 3 and 2 on the foil. Tu me remets des gouttes d'oxydant, Nicolas, s'il te plaît?
Je tourne quoi?
Des gouttes d'oxydant, s'il te plaît? Merci. Voilà. Now you will fold without create some marks on the foil. Remember, you create marks on the sides to keep the hair into the foil, like this. Okay? Second section, same thing, on the opposite way. Il va falloir que tu viennes là. So you focus the painting on the angles, lateral parts of the hair. and you paint on surface only. You don't go into the strain of hair this time. You try to just illuminate the surface and to preserve the negative space inside the hair. Painting the reverse to illuminate from the inside the hair. Okay. And you see, it's only on surface. Huh? And now you connect the top of the section from the zone 3 to zone 2. And you can use back brush to ensure a good finishing, perfectly seamless. Okay. You take another foil. You position the foil under the section. And now, to maintain the section into the foil, you start painting and saturate zone 3 and 2. This? D'accord.
Je vais prendre la parole quand même pour les recontextualiser. Tu me remets en
You
écran.
mark the size.
Il est fini.
Voilà.
Ok, parfait.
And you preserve like this your painting, and you can achieve cooled shades with hair painting.
Guys, we are running late of 6 minutes, but we're going to catch up after. We finish the application, then we have the Minkim video, and then we have your questions to be answered, and we have the application of Dialite.
Je fais une dernière section.
Okay,
Bon,
we do a last section on the top. Okay.
To show you again last time.
Much higher.
So.
And you know what? We can do triangle. We can do a triangle.
For example.
Like that. Sorry. Stupid. Oh.
This section, all the time, like this with diagonal in this section, you ensure to not create marks
That.
and horizontal effects. Okay? So it might be usual for you to take V section and to paint diagonally.
And that.
It's really important. We take a last section. I'll show you again this technique. So it could be done and achieved on large section like this. What matters exactly is to paint the angle of the triangle. You have to illuminate the face, les facettes, pardon Nicolas, les facettes du triangle. It's like
all the sides of the triangle.
All the sides of the triangle. Okay? Come like a diamond. You see? For example, this one is a strong one. Then this one. And one under. you stay on surface. You don't enter too much into the soil affair, okay? It's for illuminate the surface of the section. Don't be too invasive because you will bleach too much and you will lose your negative space. And on brunette balayage like this, you want to preserve the negative space at maximum. You connect the top of the strain affair, beginning zone 3 to zone 2, and you finish with back comb to ensure a perfect seamless effect, like this. Give a good saturation on zone 3. And now you can position it a foil under the section. And to maintain the hair painting in the foil, you give an extra saturation on zone 3 and zone 2. Now you fold it without creating marks, so you stay soft. And again, and you create marks only on the sides to securize and to keep it enclosed. Here. Voilà mes amis.
Cool.
I think you got it all.
Thank you, Sacha.
You're welcome.
We are going to send you the sectioning. We are doing it as well right now of the side and of the back. Yes. So now we need to watch Min Kim video, the video number 2, that is a little more business oriented. Okay. And then Sacha will show you the toning on a quarter of dolly head, the way he's spreading the product. Okay? See you in 2-3 minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.